So, we've been talking about the judge in Florida, Eileen Cannon, and we've been talking about the issue of the grand jury process and the fact that Jack Smith impaneled a grand jury in Washington, D.C., when all of everything he was looking at, his supposed crimes he was looking at, all happened in Florida. The raid in Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Yet he had a grand jury impaneled in D.C. that voted 95% for Biden and 5% for Trump. And you wonder why he did it there. Because a ham sandwich, it was going to be easier than indicting a ham sandwich, is indicting Trump, the name Trump in Washington, D.C. And then he impanels a grand jury in Florida and basically then reads all of the work that they did in D.C. to the Florida grand jury and is able to get the indictment then in Florida. And, of course, the judge is on to it and wants to know, number one, how do we have two grand juries working? And why was the one in D.C. kept open? And she's starting to question this even before the Trump legal team brought it up somehow. Well, now today, it just so happens that shockingly, surprisingly, surprise, Jack Smith says, well, one of the reasons he had to do that is because he has somebody that has turned on Trump. Somebody that gave testimony, a former maintenance worker at Mar-a-Lago, is now being eyed down as a key witness in an attempt to conceal evidence from the government, retracted his grand jury testimony after switching lawyers. Prosecutors in the special counsel's office said in a Tuesday filing today. The unidentified staffer named only as Trump employee 4 in the filing, but suspected to be Yulsi Tavares, who oversaw the club's security camera, initially told the grand jury that he hadn't been privy to any attempt to delete security footage. But after dumping his lawyer, Stanley Woodward, for an offered attorney from the federal defender's office in Washington, shockingly, he quickly reversed course and said, oh, no, all the testimony I gave you was wrong. Let's pull it, and now I'll tell you the real story. And this is now what Jack Smith is pointing to the judge, saying, this is why I had to have a grand jury impaneled in D.C. and in Florida.